Japan Dyno, the best of Japan to you.
Howdy, this is Andy of Japan Dyno, and I have for you a Field SFC Vtec, a Vtec or Vtec controller. This is the unit here, the head unit, the main unit controller made by the Field company, part of the Boxer series of controllers. Includes the universal harness, which will splice into the wiring loom of any vehicle. This is the universal harness here, so the plug that goes into the back of the controller, and then comes to this little area here. This can be spliced into the ECU of any Vtec or Vtec vehicle. This also includes the vehicle-specific harness, which makes it a lot easier to install for the Honda H4 type vehicles. This harness is called a VTH4, so for the H4 type ECU configuration. And as you can see there, makes for a very easy install. Just simply plug it in, plug this in, and the regular harness then plugs into this block here. The regular ECU harness into this block here. So good for the vehicle-specific harness, good for the DC2, DB8, BB6, BB8, EK4, and also the EK9, the Zinke version, not the Corky version. The Zinke version of the EK9, that's the 96 to 98. The late 98 to 2000 had a different block of pins in the center here, so slight variation on the H4. So it will not work with the later model EK9s, but with any of the other vehicles. The controller itself, very, very tidy, as you can see there. Boxer series, Field SFC Vtec, 8-point fuel controller, and Honda Vtec Mitsubishi Vtec controller. So also an 8-point fuel controller, as the Super AFC is also a fuel controller, so this has that function as well, and you can adjust the fuel curve at 8 different points, as well as, of course, being the Vtec and Vtec controller. So as you can see, very tidy on top, includes a bracket. The bracket is on the underside there, bracket that screws in the side there, makes for a very easy install. The front of the unit, Field SFC Vtec, 8-point fuel controller, and Honda Vtec Mitsubishi Vtec controller. And with the high cam button there, when the high cam is engaged, the high cam button comes on. Mode select between the Super fuel controller and the Vtec controls there. Also a speed meter as well, and indicates the RPM when on the Vtec setting, and when the high cam kicks in, of course the high cam lights up there. Adjustment up and down there, and in good tidy condition, as you can see. At night, glows a nice green and red color, so a very attractive item. And another shot of the front here, again similar to the other shot. So an 8-point fuel controller and Honda Vtec Mitsubishi Vtec controller with a vehicle-specific harness, this being the harness here, the H4 type harness, good for most of the later model, the DC2, DB8, BB6, BB4, EK4 Honda vehicles, just not the EK9 Civic Type R, that is the 98 to 2000, the Corky version. Zinke version, fine, just this extra block here is used in the late model EK9. So, a Field Boxer Series SFC Vtec, made in Japan, from Japan. Thank you.
In order to serve you better, we have our website at www.japandyno.com, as well as our blog, the Japan Dyno Daily Fix, where we feature items of special interest. Look forward to seeing you there.